Hello and welcome to Verdictum. I am Ananya Singh and you're watching today's legal news, where we update you with the recent important legal developments across the nation. Here are the headlines. Gyanvapi Mosque Management Committee approaches Supreme Court against Allahabad High Court order allowing ASI Survey. Supreme Court hears Rahul Gandhi's plea challenging Gujarat High Court order, refusing to stay his conviction in defamation case. Supreme Court stays Calcutta High Court order suspending Andaman Secretary and imposing ₹5 lakhs fine on LG. Supreme Court adjourns Manish Sisodia's bail plea in Delhi liquor policy scam case. Delhi High Court issues notice to 26 political parties and ECI over the use of India name for political alliance. Digital Personal Data Protection Bill 2023 introduced in the Parliament. Now let's take a detailed look at the headlines. The Supreme Court's bench comprising the CJI D.Y. Chandrachud and Justices J.B. Pardiwala and Manoj Mishra today heard the plea of the Andaman Intizamiya Committee that challenged the order passed by the Allahabad High Court, allowing the scientific survey of the mosque to be conducted by the Archaeological Survey of India. The order to conduct the survey was passed in the first place by the District Judge of Varanasi on a plea by 4 Hindu women seeking year-round access to the mosque premises to worship Ma Shingar Gauri deity that is placed inside the mosque. The Varanasi local court made the order for ASI to ascertain whether the mosque was built upon a pre-existing Hindu temple, as have been claimed by the Hindu petitioners. The Apex Court has stayed the order earlier to allow the Mosque Management Committee to approach the High Court. Yesterday, the Allahabad High Court heard the plea, and Chief Justice Pritinkar Devakar made the order that the survey be conducted. The ASI team today began the scientific survey around 7 a.m., with representatives of the Hindu petitioners being present inside the complex under a tight security. The survey was, however, boycotted by the Mosque Management Committee. A bench of the Supreme Court comprising Justices B.R. Gavai, P.S. Narasimha and Sanjay Kumar heard the plea by Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, who approached the Apex Court in a challenge to the Gujarat High Court order that refused to stay his conviction in the defamation case. Gandhi was sentenced and convicted for 2 years by the trial court in Surat on March 23rd this year for his "all thieves share the Modi surname" remark. This led to his disqualification as a member of parliament. Gandhi approached the Surat Sessions Court in appeal on April 3rd, seeking stay on conviction upon the trial court order, but the same was then rejected on April 20th. He then approached the High Court of Gujarat, which also dismissed his plea and did not pass a favourable order stating that the defamation case against Gandhi concerns not just an individual, but a larger identifiable class, that is the community with the Modi surname. Today, senior advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi appeared for Gandhi and argued that only office holders of the BJP have sued in the case, and not a single person belonging to the community has. Mr. Singhvi also contended that the petitioner Purnesh Modi has changed his name from Mod to Modi. Justice Gavai remarked that out of 13 crore people belonging to the Modi group, all aggrieved people are BJP legislators. Senior advocate Mahesh Jethmalani appeared for Purnesh Modi and argued that all the people with the Modi surname have been defamed by the accused and thus have locus standi. The Supreme Court today stayed the order passed by the Calcutta High Court that suspended the Chief Secretary of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and also imposed a fine of ₹5 lakhs on the Lieutenant Governor, Admiral D.K. Joshi. The fine and the suspension came in response to the non-compliance of an earlier order passed by the Calcutta High Court. A division bench of the High Court comprising Justices Rajasekhar Mantha and Bibhas Ranjande passed the order on August 3rd for contempt of court, stating that the Secretary as well as the LG have made a mockery of the contempt proceedings against them, calling it flagrant contempt of the court. The same was challenged at the Apex Court by the Union Territory, which issued notice and listed the matter for August 11th. The Supreme Court today adjourned the bail application filed by former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi Manish Sisodia till September 4th. The matter was heard by a bench of Justices Sanjeev Khanna and S.V. Bhatti. against the former CM and Aam Aadmi Party leader, who is accused in a money laundering and corruption case for framing and implementing the liquor policy in Delhi. He has been in custody since February 26th, and the cases are being investigated by two central agencies, Central Bureau of Investigation and the Enforcement Directorate. Sisodia filed for interim bail, contending that he needs to visit his ailing wife. The CBI in response stated that his wife has been suffering from illness for past 20 years. The bench, after hearing the investigation agency and the counsel for Sisodia, Senior Advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi, and also perusing the medical records of Sisodia's wife, said that she is fairly stable and that it will consider the interim as well as the regular bail application at a later stage, while posting the matter for September 4th. A division bench of the Delhi High Court comprising the Chief Justice Satish Chandra Sharma and Justice Sanjeev Narula issued notice to 26 political parties and the Election Commission of India today for using India name that stands for Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance for their political alliance. The notice was issued on a public interest litigation seeking to restrain the opposition parties from using the name India. The petitioner argued that the use of name India is prohibited under sections 2 and 3 of the Emblems and Names Prevention of Improper Use Act of 1950. The petitioner also alleged that the use of the name is a selfish act of the opposition parties and may adversely affect the peaceful, transparent, and fair casting of votes during the general elections scheduled for 2024. It was also claimed that the use of the name India projects that the present government is directly in conflict with its own nation. The DPDP Bill, short for the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill of 2023, was introduced in the Lok Sabha by the Union Communications, Electronics and Information Technology Minister Ashwini Vaishnav. The opposition parties raised objections to the introduction of the bill, alleging that it violates the fundamental right of privacy of the citizens. Mr. Vaishnav, however, said that all the objections raised by the opposition will be clarified during the debate, as the bill is not a money bill. A data protection law in the nation has been under work since 2017 after the Supreme Court ruling in the Puttaswamy judgment, which held that the right to privacy was a fundamental right and the government was obligated to protect this right of the citizens. The current bill is the fifth iteration of India's draft data protection bill. The bill seeks to recognize the right of individuals to protect their personal data and lays down the process for the use of such data for lawful purposes. The bill is set to be tabled in the Rajya Sabha next, and then the assent of the President will be required for it to become a law. That was all on today's legal news. Thank you and keep watching Verdictum. And subscribe to our channel and download the Verdictum app on iOS and Android to keep yourself updated with authentic legal news.